Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. It is known, okay? Let's not pretend not to know. It is known that people with diabetes usually present with a swollen gut. They look as though they are pregnant, and the men, they walk around looking as though they are with child. Okay, so here in this particular article, they're saying that diabetes is a crisis that is overwhelming the QEH. And you can see, like, the medical officer, the chief medical officer, and you can see that his gut is engorged. And you can't ask someone about their medical history. You can't say, well, hey, you are supposed to be the expert, you are supposed to be the head of this thing. How is your health? Like in America, they try to do that with the presidents. They usually have to have a doctor review them to make sure that they're, healthy enough to serve. Same thing should be, especially when you're putting people in a health section, a category of health, and they're supposed to go out there and speak to you about health. They cannot be coming out there and talking to you about health and having an engorged stomach. They look as though they're pregnant, but they can't be pregnant because it's a male. It's a male, okay? It's just a big gut. And sometimes you go to someone's store, like they're selling health products. How does it look? Going to a health food store to buy health products, and the people selling you health products and talking to you about health, they have like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds that they can easily lose and still be very, very healthy. How does it look? How do you feel? How do you feel talking to someone about health and you are unhealthy? You yourself, you are unhealthy. And when they talk about the national dishes of Barbados, and you see it's not a dish but sweet bread, coconut bread, turnovers. Come on. What do you expect? What do you expect? Eating flour. I remember as a kid, when we made kites, we used flour as glue. We used flour as glue. So there got to be some aspect of flour going into your gut that does not really come out. It just sticks there. It's just like glue. It bounds you sometimes if you eat too much of it. Okay? So what do you expect? You have these little signs. Everything is teaching you something, okay? From being a kid and using flour as glue, and then growing up as an adult and eating a whole sweet bread that's pure flour and sugar, and you don't think that the same way it stuck to the stick and the material and the paper that you use when you were a kid, it stuck. It was a good product for glue. You don't think that's doing something when it's inside of you? You gotta grow up. You gotta grow up. Macaroni and cheese. You call it mac and cheese? How you call it? Macaroni and cheese there? Yeah, that can't be good for you on a daily. That's something that you would eat maybe twice a year. Mac and cheese, twice a year. Not every day. And rice. Rice maybe once a week. Maybe once a week. Not every day. You should have meals that are only like one ingredient, like a sweet potato. Sweet potato. That's it. No meat, no vegetables, nothing. Just have a sweet potato. Or if you have a gigantic avocado, you call it a pear. If you have a pear, you can just have that as a meal. Just cut the pear, take out the seed, and have a nice spoon, put it on the dish, and you can have that avocado as a meal. You don't have to have 6 or 7 things on the plate. Who you're showing off to? You're not showing off to your body because your body hates you for it. Your body is hating you for it, okay? So you need to start thinking about one ingredient meals, like just having, like I said, an avocado, or having a watermelon. Just, buy a small watermelon and have that for dinner. Have that for lunch, just that. just bake a potato. If one is not enough, bake two. Just have that one ingredient meal, as a meal, okay? And maybe not eat every day. Maybe just every other day you eat, and you just drink. Then have a nice smoothie or whatever, and a juice smoothie, a fruit smoothie, a plant-based smoothie, something like that. You should probably not eat every day, but to walk around with an engorged stomach, to walk around with your stomach pushing out past your ribs, pushing out over your penis and over your those places. You look down, you can hardly see your feet. Aren't you embarrassed? No, I'm just serious. Don't you feel a way? Don't you feel a way that when you look down, you can't see certain things that are down there, certain places that are down there, it's hidden by your gut? Isn't that kind of embarrassing for you? Maybe that could be it too. You don't feel embarrassed about things. You just don't feel a way about things. I would feel really stink. I would feel really bad if I could not pull my stomach in and see and count my ribs and see, my upper part of my legs and see. I would feel like I've let myself down. Okay? I would. But I kind of like lean towards being the underweight. I lean towards that as opposed to being overweight. I'd rather be underweight. But I cannot understand, where's the decency? Where's the shame? Where is it? The integrity of your body? I mean, come on, man. Come on. You can't be walking around with an engorged stomach and talking about telling people how to eat and how not to eat, and you are not the picture of health. You need to put people who are the picture of health in those situations, in those positions. Yes, you're going to say, well, there may not be any, there is someone. And you're going to say, well, he's the best one. No, he's not the best one. Search harder, look harder, okay? Look harder, search longer. There are people out there who have flat stomachs, who eat well, who have a bowel movement after every major meal. They're not like all stuck up and all bounded up. No, they're healthy. They're healthy and they have education. Use them. Use them in the forefront, in the in the news, so that when you see them, you can say, oh, I can model myself after that. I should listen to him and see what he does or what she does, and I can model myself after that. You need role models. You need role models. Sometimes I see people who are modeling on the runway, and it's like I would say, wow, the legs are so strong. I gotta get up there and run harder. Maybe I should do, instead of doing 6 miles, I should do 12 miles. You model yourself after things that you see that are things of beauty. I think that lacks in Barbados too. When I say things of beauty, it's something that is like you don't see. You don't have a place for beauty. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know, but there is a place for beauty. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, only outside. It's inside. You should see. You should be able to see and model yourself after beautiful things. Okay? So yeah, the new health survey to address Barbados NCD crisis and diabetes crisis overwhelms QEH. Then you don't need an expert. See that word there? You don't need no expert to tell you that. You just walk around, look at people, look at their guts, look at the way they move. Look at how overweight they are. Look at how they're breathing through their mouths. Some people, when you look at them, their mouths are always open. Oh, and the reason that their mouth is always open, like a gape a little bit, is because they can't even breathe through their nostrils. They're breathing through their mouths. Okay? So there are a lot of signs and things that you should look for, but have that flat stomach. Work to have a flat stomach, no matter what. No matter what. Work to have a flat stomach. So if you need to give up the flour, first thing, the flour, give it up. Give it up. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.